Broadcasting worldwide on radio, TV, and online. This is Business Rockstars.
Ken Rakowski, Business Rockstars. Make sure you sign up for our pitch camp so you can pitch your business the right way. And the pitch is crucial. It really is. And I'm not just talking about your verbal pitch, but also your visual. That's your deck. How does it look? Just go to businessrockstars.com/pitch camp. So I got to let people know something. It's not just about radio. And we love radio. Hi, radio. 150 plus radio stations all over the country. Plus, of course, you can see us online right now by going to businessrockstars.com because we're streaming the show. We're also being streamed on television right now, almost 35 million homes across the United States. And you can find us, you got to go look for us on your local TV. Right?
Okay.
So she's looking at me. Pascal is joining us right now, and she's saying, wait, television, you weren't prepared for that.
Well, I don't know where the camera is.
We're right there. 1, 2, 3.
Wow.
They're not camouflaged.
They were sitting there so quietly. I didn't know they were actually doing anything. Hello.
They're all being controlled back there.
All right.
That's where they are. Oh, no.
All
Did
right.
we?
No spy cam
And
in
you
here,
look
right?
great. You look great, so it's okay.
All right,
okay?
Good. Okay, good.
And you've done television, too.
I've done a lot of television.
And when you go to big TV studios, they have these cameras driving in and out, right? And you know they're there.
And not only that, I've also been in studios in New York where like the entire street can see you. So you're not only with like your cameras,
what,
but
morning shows?
like Good Morning America, like you're sitting there and like you're doing your thing, or like GMA Health, and there's an entire like a window full of people
cool is that?
staring at you. It's really cool,
Do
actually.
you get nervous?
I get nervous before I start, but then I'm sure you had the same thing in the beginning. But then like as soon as I start talking, I'm fine.
Because you feel confident in yourself.
Yeah. Well, I know what I'm talking about for the most part. I mean, I've been stumped a few times, but
What do you fear?
what do I fear? I fear heights.
Do you have a fear for heights, really?
I have a really, really big fear of heights.
Anything else personally? And I'm not talking about fear for your kids or your family. Anything else do you fear? Like do you fear when you meet somebody that you've read about? Do you have anxiety or fear when you meet them? Do you have fear towards your personal health on certain things? Is there anything you fear as an individual?
Really, I'm telling you, my fear of heights is sort of
That's that strong.
Yeah, it eclipses all of the other ones.
So does that mean flying on planes? Do you fear that?
No, what's strange about planes is I don't feel afraid of heights in planes. I feel like I'm in a safe little bus. And so I don't have it with that. But if I'm in I used to live in New York for 12 years. I was in the city. And I have to tell you, I remember going to Windows on the World at the top of the World Trade Center on a date back in my 20s. And this guy, I was looking out the window and my date came up and did that practical joke where he pushed me from behind.
Not a funny joke.
And I was absolutely panic stricken. So
my wife's got the same fear, and I understand I would get my butt kicked if I did something like that.
Right.
I'm assuming
I did not. Nope. That was
you didn't
it.
marry that guy. That was it,
no,
right?
that was it. I was like, what a jerk. Total jerk. And he was kind of amazing, but that was it.
You know, it wasn't. That was all surface. Everything is you, meaning your brand is you, your Instagrams, your Twitters, your Facebook, everything is you.
Yeah.
If you go look, and I mentioned Lizanne Falsetto is a friend of ours, right? Lizanne she's got her own website, lizannefalsetto.com, and then ThinkThin.
Right.
She separated them.
Right.
You didn't do that.
Well, I did. Initially, I launched the brand and my logo was my name, Cybele's, and I was like, everything was connected to me. And over the past year, I'm really trying to separate them out because it was kind of like...
Oh, you are?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, it's still Cybele's, and I was a public figure, which I still am to a certain extent. I'm well known in this particular community. And so it made sense to use my name for people who were my consumer because they would know it was coming from me. But over the past year, I've really wanted to take the name of my brand is Cybele's Free to Eat. And so I actually just completely redid my packaging. And so what's really standing out now is the Free to Eat versus Cybele's. And Cybele's is now tiny on
How do you feel about that? Do you feel good about that?
I love it because I used to be on the packaging. Like there was a picture of me with my story and there's like my name and then it was little Free to Eat. Now it's like Free to Eat is the brand. You know, we're going to be hopefully really distributed internationally in the next year or so. Like people don't know me in Europe, so they're going to know what free to eat means. So that's my new thing.
Cybele Pascal, let's do this. 60-second CEO. I'm going to ask you a series of questions.
Okay.
First thing that pops in your head. You ready for this?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Oh, look, you're leaning in. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I like speed games.
You like 60-second CEO, ready and go. What's your favorite brand besides your own?
I'm really into Fit Popcorn by Indiana Popcorn right now. It's what I eat in airports.
Favorite app on your phone?
Oh my God, my WhatsApp. My girlfriend's.
Favorite car?
Favorite car? I've always loved BMWs, but I do want that new Tesla you just showed me.
Favorite entrepreneur?
Howard Schultz. I love coffee.
Your favorite animal?
A river otter.
Your last costume you wore.
Apollonia, Prince's ex-girlfriend from Purple Rain.
Worst bad habit.
Oh, God. Worrying.
Your worst junk food that you eat.
I don't eat junk food. I'm going to be really honest. No, it's gross. I don't.
Really?
I don't. Well, I eat potato chips. Okay, there you go.
You had $1 million in your back pocket. Money meant absolutely nothing. What would you spend $1 million on?
I would take my kids on a round-the-world trip.
Dumber, or The Matrix?
Oh, The Matrix.
If one word could describe you perfectly, what's that one word?
Tenacious.
And on a scale of 1 to 10, how weird are you?
I'm a 5. Did I miss my time?
No, it's all good. So you said a river otter is your favorite animal?
Yeah.
Give me 3 adjectives that describe a river otter.
Playful, energetic, and cute.
That's you.
I don't know if I'm cute, but I'm definitely playful and energetic.
You are. I'm telling you.
All right, thank
you're
you.
adorable, actually. Okay.
Thank you.
But you're a river otter.
I am a river otter.
You like that, right?
I do. That's my
That's
thing.
actually the first time I ever heard somebody say a river otter. I'm happy.
And as distinguished from a sea otter.
There is a big difference, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the difference.
Sea otters like lie around on their back all day with a sea urchin on their chest, kind of floating, and river otters are like going down hills and jumping around.
So as you are a mom and an entrepreneur, how do you take your kids and look at them going, wait a second, I am here to help you become great. What things are you teaching them that you've learned in business that you've given them?
Well, one of the main lessons, I have a super overachiever older son and a slightly more mellow younger son. And I keep trying to impress upon them that all they can do is the best they can do. And, that's the best you can ever do. And sometimes things don't work out. And then you just kind of cut your losses and move on, and not to obsess about maybe, you didn't get the grade that you wanted. You didn't get an A+, you got an A-. Like, it's okay.
Are you pushing them, or do you let them push themselves?
The way I push my kids, I do not punish my kids for not getting A's, which I know a lot of parents who do that. They ground them. They take away all of their social media. They take away their phone.
Kind of ridiculous in my mind.
But it happens all the time, and I see it all the time. My kids, if I know you did the best you could do and you got a C, that's the best I can ask for. So that's very supportive. Yeah, that's just the way I want them to be raised.
So you as a mom, you don't run your home like a business then? No,
I don't.
Right?
But my kids are really ambitious. It's kind of
and
incredible.
I appreciate that. No, but I wanted to go towards the work-life balance.
Oh, yeah.
So when you get home, do you turn off?
Unfortunately, I never really get to turn off because my business is only about 2.5 years old. And so I'm still wearing all these different hats. So I work weekends, but I try to hide it from them. I do it in a separate, I have an office, in a separate office. Well, it's a separate building. So I have a separate office. So when I work, I try to stay away from them so they don't see me doing it on weekends. But, this is the nature of the business.
It is, but work-life balance is important. You want to spend time with your family as well as with the business, right?
It is, and so I'm trying very hard not to do any emailing on weekends. And
it's so hard, isn't it? That's got to be one of the most difficult things is you got a baby being your business you got to run, and then your family.
Right.
So something has to suffer every once in a while. So over the last 2.5 years of you doing this, what side of your personal life has suffered from the business?
I have to travel all the time. I'm away. I was away the better part of the last 6 months, and finally this past month I've gotten to settle down because I was launching new packaging. Had a new manufacturing facility. I had a new flavor. I was reformulating. I was doing new product development. So I've been away. So that's been really hard. Can we talk about
the new flavor?
Absolutely. Let's Snickerdoodle. Let's go back to my Snickerdoodle.
Do you really have one with you?
I do.
Oh, they're going. Oh,
I do.
One of my favorite of all cookies possible, whatever a Snickerdoodle is. Do you even know what it is?
Yeah, it's like a sugar cookie with cinnamon sugar.
That's all it is, right?
And they're in Ralph's if you're in Southern California.
Anywhere else? People want to find out more?
Around the country?
Yeah.
We're in all Kroger banners. So Fred Meyer, QFC, Smith's, Fry's, King Soopers, Kroger. We're in multiple regions of Whole Foods. Wow. I'm in Ralph's here, as I said. We're in Gelson's. We're all over the country.
So as you looked at retail, getting into retail, was it harder than you expected or easier?
Oh, my Lord. This is like the mafia. Getting into retail, it's not the retailer, it's the distributor.
Do you want us to take back what you just said? Because I think it really is. But don't say that.
Well, I'm not saying which ones are like the mafia. I have a lot of distributors, but let's just say.
This is coming from an East Coast girl, by the way, who's saying this.
I'm from Boston, so I know what I'm talking about. And Boston, actually, let me tell you, Boston is the hardest of all. The amount of money you have to spend to get on the shelves of a Boston grocery store.
Explain the whole idea of shelving.
So it's called slotting or free fill. And so you have to give away enormous amounts of product, plus promotions, plus like displays at the end of the aisle, just to get that space on the shelf. And then you have to maintain it. So you spend hundreds of thousands of dollars. You have to have very deep pockets to be in this business. And I've had to raise money over and over and over again.
That's what I was wondering. When you got this going, you had to get some type of investors.
Absolutely.
You thought it was going to be on the idea of, hey, I'm going to do this so I can have more product. You didn't realize it was about positioning.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely. It's all about whether or not you can raise the money to get the placement and then maintain your placement. I don't know how people do it really small. I don't know how they do it.
Do you think that one of the biggest challenges?
Well, I go back and forth on this. Part of me thinks that I went out gangbusters. So I was like, I'm launching this business and I'm going to be national and then international. And I really went big right from the get-go. And I actually, like, my first customers were 2 regions of Whole Foods. Like, literally, before I even had product ready to ship, I had the Whole Foods in the Midwest and the Rocky Mountains. Then I got picked up by Kroger, which was at least 1,500 stores, which was huge in the first 5 months of being in business.
Because nobody had your type of product
I was doing something really unique. I was the first person doing these soft-baked, really delicious, totally top 8 allergen-free, gluten-free cookies and products. And so it was something that was really needed by the consumers that they did not have on the shelves. And so I was super successful right out of the gate. But in hindsight, I kind of wish that I had just started regionally. You know what I mean?
Because you've negotiated differently because you had the brand.
Right.
Right. Did you, and I don't know, are you in Whole Foods here?
Yes.
This is a tough one. I mean,
it is.
Chicago, actually the Midwest and the LA area is one of the tough ones, right?
That's absolutely true.
And you got involved. That's impressive. Congratulations.
Yep. Thank you.
Do you think John Mackey's eating your cookies?
I don't know.
You think Howard Schultz is?
I would hope that Howard Schultz is eating my cookies.
I mean, that would be it, right?
I would be so happy if
because you realize that what Howard Schultz generally eats, he eventually buys as in the company.
Well, he buys the whole thing. He buys your bakery.
That's
he buys
right.
everything.
So hopefully he'll have some of those cookies. If Howard Schultz wants to find out more, what's the website he should go to?
Cybele'sFreeToEat.com.
That's where you go right now. And what should he try right now?
What should he try? Chocolate chip cookies.
Is that
chocolate chip cookies? No, the snickerdoodle is fantastic, but the best seller is always going to be chocolate chip cookies because that's the most popular cookie.
Can I invite you, if you're ever interested, to be a mentor in our show?
I would love that.
You are awesome.
I love giving back.
You're awesome. Again, thanks a lot for hanging out with us.
Thank
Please
you
friend
so
me.
much. I will.
All
Absolutely. Right. Thank you for having me on. I'm having a really good time. Don't kick me off yet.
Eric Rice, we're going to talk about the pitch. Maybe I'll keep you around. When we come back, I'm Ken Rakowski, connecting you to business and everything entrepreneur right here on Business Rockstars.